Hey, everybody, welcome to a release of a pen that has been kind of in the works for about a month now, to be quite honest with you, since we first kind of looked at these. Haven't actually done a release video in quite some time, so super stoked to be here to do that with you and go over basically some background on this pen and show off some photos of it and some live video, or not live, but some recorded video of one of the ones we have in the studio. So let's just jump right into it, guys. This video, we're going over the brand new Vertex special release, the last one of 2021 that we will be releasing. This is it. It is gold on the ceiling Vertex special release. Just a really, really awesome, amazing looking pen. And that's coming from somebody who realistically does not have a love for flashy things, or especially gold in any way, shape, or form. But this one is just outstanding looking. And I'll give you some background, and then we'll do a screen share on and go through the page and look at some of the photos, and then wrap up the video. But we'll just start off real quick. So when I order the material for the Vertex fountain pens, or basically any of the non-aluminum stuff, any of the resins that we source from, solely, really right now, we solely source resins from the Turner's Workshop. I basically, Vince, who is absolutely amazing to work with, if you want to buy some custom material and have something made, or if you contact somebody who likely any of the small manufacturers purchase rods from Turner's Workshop, and if they don't, they definitely should. But I contact Vince, and Vince basically, as he has some free time, he sends me photos or videos of whatever he has in stock, and then basically I do an order, and usually we've gone from ordering like 8 or 9 different colors to 15 colors. So this last time, I think we bought 22 different colors, and roughly enough of each rod, if he has them, to do about between 80 to 120 pins. And so this last time he sent me photos, and I went through and basically made a list of stuff and marked down which ones, and bought a whole bunch of different rods from him. And this was knowing that we were going to actually start making our own product in-house. We still wanted to bring in product from him, or bring in material from him, just because we can't get some of the color schemes and the different chip materials and the granites, and some of his stuff, just the way that it looks is just really superior to anything that you're going to find out there. So it just made sense for us, and we needed time to get our process up and running. We didn't know how long it was going to take. So I ordered a whole bunch of stuff from him, and he sent it over, and basically they show up, and they're either square, like 20 millimeter square by, 2 to 3 feet, about a meter. Usually they're between 2 meters and 3 meters. Is that right? Am I thinking meters right? Yeah. In length, or a meter. They're usually a meter, which is 3 feet. There you go. Getting my units of measure mixed up. So they're usually about a meter long, or just shy of a meter long, since everything over there is in millimeters and centimeters and all that stuff. And we're the only country or one of the few that uses a different unit of measurement. But regardless, they basically show up in either square or round stock. And so this last time, it was about 40% round and 60% square, and we just happened to be working with round stock already. And so I was just like, just machine all the round stuff. And when I was opening up and inspecting the different things, a bunch of them are really beautiful colors. The Death in the Afternoon one, the green with the white, and I'm trying to remember which other ones we had that we've sold through a whole bunch of them basically that were round instead of square. And then we got one that was just the outside of it was like coated in like a white chalky substance, so you really couldn't tell what it was, and it wasn't really. I don't know if it was baked on the outside or if it had gotten wet on the outside and kind of coated a little bit harder, but it wasn't rubbing off. And so I was just like, just do that one last because I have no idea what it looks like. Whatever is under there, we'll just release that one last. And then about beginning of November, they turned down the outside of some of that gross looking stuff, and voila, what you got was basically this gorgeous brown, dark, really dark brown. Like the base material, it looks black in a lot of photos, but I do think that it's a dark brown. Either that or the gold just kind of gives the impression that it's a really dark brown base. And then there's that shiny, shiny gold just all the way through. And that is absolutely fantastic looking. This live shot of the one that I have in the studio does not do it justice at all. The lights and everything's off, so you can see the gold and everything, but it's not really. I'll do a screen share here in a minute, and we can kind of, and you can see some better photos. Actually, let's go to that right now. We'll switch over to the screen share, and we'll show off some of these photos. So this is, to do a zoom in, I think there's one here that's there's a good photo of it. So it's just, and that gold is just gorgeous. Like I said, I'm not a big gold fan, but anyway, so we machined it down and it wasn't even this shiny. It was just, and I was like, oh man, we should have done that one first. And basically that was my first thought, was like, we should have done this early on. It really looks beautiful. The way that it's kind of swirled into the mix. Some areas it's really, really swirly in a way that looks almost like water moving through, like when the sand gets, like when the dirt from the bottom of a riverbed kind of gets mixed up. It's almost cloudy like that. And then others, there's big swirls in it, and it looks like gold flake. And so when I saw that, my first thought was, man, we should have done this first. My second thought was like, I started thinking of what are we going to name this one, and almost immediately I got the idea for Gold on the Ceiling, which, if you're familiar with American, rock music that's been released in the last 20 years, you'll know the song and the band that I'm referencing when this popped into my head, and I don't know if we'll get in trouble for legal reasons to basically using, a lyric or a song title. So I'm not really going to put it out there, but this is basically an homage to that, which is with that song, because it was just the first, maybe homage, or that's what I took inspiration from. It's something that popped right into my head when I thought about that, when I saw it the first time. It was just like, this is, kind of what comes to mind, and it just looks absolutely fantastic. And then and as we machined through the batch, like, the material is a very unique material in the way that it cuts, and then also in the way that it sands and polishes. So it took us we had to tweak the way that we did things, especially on the finishing process, on the sanding and polishing. There was just a little bit more time and effort that really had to be put into getting them to really pop. And so we've really put a lot of effort and handwork into these, more so than we normally have to do with some of the pens to make them, or some of the materials to make them really, really stand out. So, and then, sitting down and going through the naming process, but also in the logo work, when I sit down with Ishmael and we bounce ideas. Like, if I don't have a specific idea, frequently he and I and a few other people will workshop ideas on names, but this one I had the name and I knew what I wanted to do and I knew what I was referencing. And so we kind of wanted to go through, first I had like a concert flyer, concert poster type thing idea, like throwback to that with like a little bit of a modern rock / spaghetti western style feel to it. And then I was like, no, and we were like thinking about that and it just wasn't working. And he's actually the one I think that came up with the concert ticket idea. It was like, what if we did a concert ticket? It's almost the exact same size as the Vertex lid. And I was like, that's a great idea. And so, found some concert tickets that had different layouts, and he kind of combined the whole vintage feel with, because that's the idea kind of that you get with the name and with the look and with the band. And so there's this vintage feel, but there's also some modern stuff on here that's blurred out. There's a QR code and some stuff that's on here that are references to modern, to just kind of our modern vibe and some of our hidden, some of the hidden stuff that we throw in there in terms of the little details on the lid. But he did an amazing job of laying this out, and it's probably my second favorite of the releases that we've done. I really like the Bourbon on the Rocks release and really like the way that lid came out, and also our anniversary lid is by far my favorite. But this one is definitely right up there in terms of just the way that it looks and the idea behind it. So I'm really excited for this pen to be released. So it's on the website right now. We have 80 of these that were put together, and we've chosen the brown grip section and then the smoke grip section. And I always like a little bit of contrast on some of them, and the Coke bottle grip looks really good on almost every single one of our releases. Even though it's green, it's also like in different lights, it's also clear, and so gives you just a different look to the pen. And so like, especially when it's capped, you get the ink, whatever you put in there. But so those are the three options that you get on the grips. And then you get the full complement of the nibs. And, the gold nib looks really great on these, but so do the silver or the polished steel and stuff like that, and the titanium. So really, and we're in stock on all those, so you have pretty much any options. So when you navigate to the site, obviously you're going to go to Signature Series and Vertex if you don't have the direct link. And then there it is right there. Boom. Pops up. We've marked it down to 135 as the preliminary price on this one. And so that price is going to go through January through the 25th. So through Christmas, you'll be able to use the 15% coupon code and get an extra 15% off. But we've marked it down to 135 for that introductory price point. And then once, I don't know, it could sell out, but if they don't sell out, then it'll go back up to the 165 on the 26th. But we have a full complement, a full 80 of those up right now. There's some little secret things here and there, like I said, with the QR code and with some of the other stuff that is on the box and with the pen itself. Ships, like I said, with your normal in the box. You select from your grip section options. We've got. I'll make sure to add right now it just has the brown and the smoke, but I'll make sure to add the Coke bottle to the options, and then you've got all the nibs up and ready to go. We're in stock on all of those, and you'll be good to go where that's concerned. So I just wanted to do this video. I know that it's not exactly as polished or what have you as some of the previous ones, but doing this in a live format, I don't know. Sometimes it feels a little bit more intimate and whatnot. I can do a little bit more things switching between stuff, and I don't have to run this through an editor or anything like that. We can just go from there, and you can laugh at my foibles and everything like that. So $135, guys. On this one, $135 through the 25th, through Christmas. So if you get some Christmas money or, Visa gift card or what have you, or you're just like, you know what, I want to treat myself, treat yourself to a gold on the ceiling Vertex at $135. Don't forget to use the holiday coupon code, or if you're a Pen Club member and you've got one of your Pen Club gift coupon codes that ends at the end of this year, use that one before it expires on this, and you can get potentially more. I think we had an 18% coupon code and a 20% coupon code out there for Pen Club members. And then on the 26th, like I said, this one's going to revert back to 165. If you're looking for other Vertexes, we do have some available on that same page. Although we are selling out quickly of several of the small batch ones have sold out. We did sell out of the Aqua Regia Vertex, but there are still some available at this time. So that wraps this up, guys. Thank you so much for paying attention. Thank you so much for watching. Really happy, really excited to release the final Vertex special release of the year with the gold on the ceiling Vertex. I know that when you get it, you're going to be as blown away as I was when I first held it. So they're absolutely just gorgeous pieces of craftsmanship. Really hats off to Vince at Turner's Workshop for sourcing this material, and to our machinists and to Zoe for turning these into like some of the best works of art that we have produced. Really appreciate your guys' time, and I will talk to you again soon. Stay tuned for the 9th Day of Karis. That's coming up next. If you just want to just click on through to the next video, you can see that one coming up in here in just a little bit. Otherwise, guys, talk to you later. Bye.